Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, and it plays some of the games Immortals have called home. Johnny the Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this big red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Huskers will kick it away to start. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. It's Green. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. This proficiency in the passing game can take you back to yesteryear, one of the great quarterbacks in Arkansas history, in Joe Ferguson.
Yeah, just slinging the pill, just being able to provide balance, being able to attack down the field, get people out of the box, and not be predictable. That's a really good job by this quarterback.
Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Green. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism.
Using the quick game. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking for his man. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the change. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. The give to the back. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again?
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The offense set for a first down play. Used the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Well, not down in distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Razorbacks! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you bet. Oh, they blocked it. He picks it up. Remember, he can take it back. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Looking to throw, it's Sampson. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Huskers line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He wants to go deep. Breaks it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. A first down run in the red zone. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Brings up second and goal. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Arkansas 9.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And he missed it. No good. Could have stretched the lead out there, but guys, it's still sitting at 9. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The completion short of the sticks, it's second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Back to pass, it's Sampson. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Cornhuskers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Using his legs, it's Russell. It's loose. And the defense jumps on him. They get that turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Smith.
Well, they execute the end route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Fights off a defender. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhusker! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulsa. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Throws for the tight end. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. You think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Able to get one down to the 15.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Defense in press coverage. He looks that one in nicely. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. And the Razorbacks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete. Into the house. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Nebraska, 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Ball in the air, intercepted. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, and making a big play.
They get to him as he throws. He makes the catch. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
All kinds of running room. The 40. At the 20. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact, so it's okay.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
A big play for the defense with a first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. He's looking to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. Pass on the way. It's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. Line gets set. First down. Give to the back. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for a man. It's Sampson. Getting some heat. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
A loss of 1 yard on the play. Second down coming up.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
First half. The score, Arkansas 16, Nebraska 7.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this third quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what happens here in the second half. We're not even giving ourselves a chance because we keep turning the football over. If we can do that, we've got a chance to come back in this game.
I think it's a crazy balance between being really aggressive in the second half and finding ways to make plays, but also not shoot ourselves in the foot, right? Like, they didn't live well on that in the first half. Let's see if they can be a little bit more aggressive while still taking care of the football.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
Man, this defense takes tons of pride in their pass defense. They've got athletes on the back end that can break on the ball, and they've got hands, too. We've seen them pluck 3 picks already. They almost got another one there.
Looking downfield, it's Sampson. Fires to the big fella. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Looking for an open area to his left. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Fires to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of...
Going to take a shot at this DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover. And the offense falls.
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. Try to get it on the ground. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, fourth down in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
On second down, looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got it in stride inside the 20. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
The defense did a really nice job on that play, closing in on the intended target. They had two guys near that ball.
They want to just keep throwing it. He wants it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
They'll run it. Good, solid tackle.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Power football with the run. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quick.
Touchdown, Arkansas! And the punishment has been extended. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Nebraska, 7. Returner runs out of bounds.
A first down for the offense. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. The D coordinator's got to love that.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Arkansas 29, Nebraska 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. It's the runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll try to run for it. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. The linebacker comes free, Boomer making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it's
Nothing but green grass down the middle. At the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Husker!
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field. Treat him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
Scanning the field, it's Sampson. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, as an offense, when you're trying to complete these tunnel screens, you're going to have to be able to negotiate some of these defenders near the line of scrimmage. They're all looking to swat it away. Good job by the defense there.
Fires left. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And the ball will be down just outside the 30-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Huskers have pushed it inside the 20. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the spot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking downfield, it's Sampson. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Caught behind the line. It's Nelson. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
I don't know about the play call there, guys. 3rd down, they're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, seeing if this guy can do something once he has it in his hands, but a better job of pursuit and tackling defensively, now setting up 4th.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal.
On the field goal.
And it's right down the boulevard. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Louisville is getting taken to the cleaners today. We're talking heavy starch on a hanger, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. They're trailing by 14 to Tulsa. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll put the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And they're able to get him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
Oh, the fake, the up man looking for room.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the first down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
Ripping through the defense. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
To the ground. He's got it again. Breaks the tackle. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job on this team.